Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsockеtradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
And good morning to you. Coffee Ann time now on ON Radio, Tuesday morning, July 16th. Thanks for joining us. My name's Joe Callahan. Let's say good morning to Linda Thibault. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning.
Nice to have you here with us and enjoying the heat.
Yes, it's nice and cool in here, though.
All right. Nice and cool in the swimming pool, too?
Actually, the pool is like bath
Too warm?
water.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
warm.
does the pug like it, though?
Yes, she does.
Okay,
she
good.
wants to be out there.
Must be in there,
Yeah.
splashing around.
Yeah, she was in there for about a half an hour. Couldn't get her out.
Wow. All right. Ed Carew from the Carew Investment Group is here. Hi, Ed.
Good morning.
All right. And it's time for our first message from the Carew Investment Group. So take it away, Ed.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Are you retired or retiring soon? Well, that's great. Congratulations. You may be retiring, but your money can't afford to retire. I'm Ed Carew of the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road, Suite 3 in Cumberland, Rhode Island. At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal investment management of client money, especially from the proceeds of their 401k distribution after they leave the workforce. So to find out more about our services and for professional management of your investments, you can call me or Paul at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right there, Ed. Thank you. Comments and questions can be called in at 766-1240. And I like how Ed put this in his little weekly market wrap. The trickle of quarterly earnings continues this week.
Trickle
Just a
has
trickle. Are we looking at
The dam
2 or
is going
3
to burst
next
in another week.
Okay, how come it's nothing this week, but everything next week is just the way it
Well,
works out?
usually the banks report,
Okay.
first, and that's what they're doing. Bank of America reported this morning.
Okay.
And, I think tomorrow is Goldman Sachs or something like that.
Mhm.
There's a few other little stragglers in there, but they let the banks have
First shot.
Yeah, really,
Okay,
basically,
okay.
yeah.
And then next week.
Next week there'll be more, and a week after that you can start getting hundreds of them.
Wow. All right. Tough to keep track of them all when they come in. That so many. It's such a
You can't keep
small
track
amount
of
of time.
everything.
Yeah.
You keep track of some of it.
Yeah.
You could care less.
Well, right. Yeah.
the good companies, the companies that we have in our client portfolios, those are the ones that count, as
Right.
far as I'm concerned.
With the Republican National Convention going on, does that affect the stock market in any way?
Not particularly.
No. Okay.
Well, it can affect it as far as positioning. If somebody thinks that Donald Trump is going to win, they might sell certain types of sectors to buy other types of other sectors that they think will do well under a Trump presidency, and vice versa, that kind of stuff.
All right. Well, the big news, actually two big on the national scene yesterday. One was Trump's lawsuit was thrown out down there in Florida about the boxes of stuff.
Oh, the documents.
Yeah, the document thing.
Documents.
The judge ruled something was illegal. Something about the task force that was put together.
Oh, okay.
That was illegal. So that whole thing ended. And of course, he also named his vice presidential candidate
Yes.
yesterday, a man
Yeah.
by the name of J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
Not much is known about him by us, other than he's a
He's
senator.
young.
He's 37.
37.
39.
39?
Mm-hmm.
Positive on that?
Absolutely.
All right.
yeah.
I thought I heard 37, but
Yeah.
close enough. And he's a senator from Ohio.
Yep.
And there we go.
Yeah.
Married, Ed?
I don't
Yeah,
know about
yeah,
that.
They didn't mention that?
A
I'm a
Okay.
woman
numbers
walked
guy.
in.
I'm not a marriage counselor.
Yeah. No, he walked in with a woman
Yeah,
at
you
his side.
did. Yeah, you're
at his
right.
side.
There was a woman with him.
Yeah, yeah.
On a picture that I saw with her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that woman? It's on the front page of today's.
That would be the one I
Blackstone,
saw.
Column Times,
Yeah.
Oh, it is his wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Usha. Oh boy, this is tough one to say. Usha Chalukurl Vance.
Oh,
All right.
Okay.
USHA. I'm assuming that's Usha.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And
Did I hear he was a former Marine?
Oh, he is 39.
Yes.
He was, huh?
Yeah. Mhm.
I should never say former Marine. They're
Always a Marine.
Still a Marine.
They were all a Marine.
He rose to national prominence, national fame, with the 2016 publication of his memoir, Hillbilly Elegy. And he was elected to the Senate just in 2022. He's become one of the most staunch champions of the former president. He's big on trade and foreign policy and immigration, and he likes where Trump stands on all of that. So, okay. I'm sure we'll find out more. And of course, he'll does his acceptance speech, I guess, on Wednesday.
I think
Since
it's
Trump does
Thursday.
Trump does his on Thursday.
Does he?
So I always thought
Yeah,
they did
okay,
it
it
the day
might be
before.
Wednesday, yeah.
This might be Wednesday.
I'm trying
Okay.
to think of, right.
But he
I
was
think you're
not.
right.
They were both nominated by their last night, and Trump showed up last night, which is unusual.
I didn't see that.
He came in, basically announced that this is my vice presidential running mate. Here he is, and then he went and sat. He went and sat down. He didn't say anything else, and just he had a bandage on his ear
Yeah.
from the shooting, and then they just kind of and he didn't say anything else. So he's waiting. He'll give the big speech, I guess, on Thursday when he accepts the nomination.
Yeah, the acceptance. Yeah.
And so I don't know what they do today. Vote, I guess. When they all stand up and the great state of Rhode Island, known for our Atlantic Ocean beaches.
Yeah. Do you remember when
Our
they?
2 electoral votes go to the Trump.
Yeah, but do you remember when you're probably too young.
Yeah.
You must when it used to really be at the conventions that they really did
Yeah.
nominate
Yeah.
the
yeah.
people.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then it was the great state of, the great
Yeah,
state
yeah.
of, and this one and that one. It was
Yeah.
kind of, now you know when they go.
The only one I remember,
Yeah, you're probably too young.
it was 1980, and you didn't know if it was going to be Jimmy Carter or Ted Kennedy. That was kind of a split convention,
Okay.
and people
Yeah.
in states were voting for either one.
Yeah.
And you just, but before that, I don't remember any. And
That was in the days of black and white TV.
well,
Before
not,
yours,
not
bef-
1980.
Before but before then, when there was the conventions were really like
Conventions used to be much more interesting than
They
are now.
were because
Well,
you
what
didn't
ma-
know. Yeah.
Is that the only reason they were more interesting back in the let's say
Oh
60s
yeah,
and
because
50s?
when they got up there in this.
Yeah, you didn't know the
stomping for-
outcome.
You didn't know who the nominee was gonna be.
You truly did not know, and it could be several people
Yeah.
that were vying for that nomination, and it was oh yeah.
Did they not do the voting ahead of time, like the primaries that they do now? And
They were voting there.
I mean, but the
Yeah.
people, you know how
Oh,
New
the
Hampshire.
delegates.
No, New Hampshire always votes early, so so many votes went to Trump, and then you go on to other states, and so we already know that he'll be they always call him the presumptive nominee because
Presumptive nominee.
they did all that voting ahead of time. Did they not do that
No,
back
because
then?
they voted at the convention.
So the people didn't get a chance to
Well, the
vote.
popular vote. He's talking about
Yeah.
regular people like us.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember voting in primaries way back then.
Okay.
Now, maybe I did. That's
Yeah.
you're
Mhm.
talking about maybe 40 years ago. I
Yeah.
don't remember that.
Yeah.
All
that
I remember is that there was a lot of backroom politics at the
At the
convention.
At the
Okay.
convention.
Yeah,
so-
there might have been 3, 4, 6 people
Right.
that were running for the office of
Yeah.
president or something, and they would cast their, they would cast their ballots over there and see who was ahead, and then there'd be all these deals. Well, if you drop out, I'll do this for you, and
Right.
I'll make you the vice president. Or,
Yeah.
there was all these deals that you didn't
Yeah.
really know how it was going to turn out.
Right.
But
That's
now
what made
it-
it exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
You know,
much
it was-
more interesting.
And it was interesting, and the people really got into it. Huh? I mean, they were really.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Well, now
I'll give this many votes there, and it was really.
Well, now like they did it.
Free-for-all,
you
actually.
You had so many candidates, and Trump keeps winning and winning, and all the other candidates they start just dropping out.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
dropping out of the race. I'm dropping
Right,
out of the race.
right.
Throwing all my support behind Trump is basically
Yeah,
what they said.
yeah.
So yeah. So by the time the convention actually comes around, you already know.
You know who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There won't be any surprises.
No, it's just, all the, the good speeches, he's my guy, kind of,
The only thing that that's right. At least that's the way it's going to happen at the Republican
Yeah.
convention. What's going to happen at the Democratic convention might be different, since it
Yeah,
seems to be
you
just so
think?
split. I don't know.
Yeah.
People are going to say, well, we're going to throw some of our votes behind Kamala Harris to be the president and not Joe Biden. Will that happen? I don't know. But it wouldn't surprise me if it did.
Well, you know
Or
where I
or
stand
Gavin
on
Newsom.
that.
Yeah.
But I think the assassination attempt is going to solidify people
Yeah.
behind Biden.
yeah.
So it kind
Why
of
does
like
it solidify people behind Biden?
I just think it will. It's just
Yeah.
All right.
a psychological thing.
Well,
So it may throw my long-standing opinion that Gavin Newsom was going to become
Right.
the nominee. I think it throws that up in the air.
Mhm.
It still wouldn't surprise me if it happened, but
Okay.
I would be less surprised now to see Biden be the nominee.
Yeah. Well, and
All right.
Ed, I agree, because I think if you notice the temperature out there, not the heat wave, but you don't hear people, you don't see on the news now, we want Biden to step down.
No, that's
you're
kind
not
of
you're not
now.
you're not hearing that now,
Right.
and,
Yeah.
and even his tone has we need to be united kind of thing. The tone after that happening, I think, has changed dramatically. You don't see on the news, Biden, he's too old. You don't hear all
No,
that.
everything is shifted right now.
It's shifted
Yeah,
right
it
now.
may shift back.
It
It
might
may.
shift back.
Give it a couple of weeks.
Yeah, wait till after the
Everything
convention.
settles down, right?
Some
Yeah.
of his gaffes, as
Yeah.
he normally
Yeah.
has
That might
been
come
doing,
back.
it may
But-
come back. Yeah.
Trump's tone has
He hasn't said much.
no, but even what he put on social media.
Yeah.
His
Well, he even said he had a speech ready to go
yeah.
at the convention
But
for the
now
convention,
it's
and now
all
he's thrown it
changed,
out,
yeah,
and it's completely changed after
Yes.
being shot.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what he has to say.
I'm interested to see what he has.
And what kind
to
of
say.
will it be a
Yeah.
rah rally
Yeah.
rally? Let's go
Yeah.
take him by storm, or
Yeah.
will it be a lot more subdued? And I think it's actually going to be more subdued, actually.
That's kind of like a wake up call to a lot of people, I think.
Yeah. All
But
right.
as I said, you don't like them, don't vote for them. It's like you don't have to shoot them.
Well, as you know, I'm always up for a good conspiracy theory.
Yeah, there you go.
And from what I've heard, I do wonder why they say the Secret Service had the shooter in their sights for a good 3 minutes, and say we have him, and
Yeah.
they didn't get the order to shoot. Here's the conspiracy theory part, Ed. The head of the Secret Service, they said, is incredibly far to the left. She was appointed by Biden to be the head of the Secret Service, and so they're questioning her
Judgment.
judgment. Yeah, and that, well, hey,
See, I missed that.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what some people are saying.
Yeah, oh,
Obviously,
okay.
she's not saying that.
Well, no.
Kind of thing. But people have called for her resignation because of that. Now, I haven't heard anything from her at all for the last
No.
couple of days, at all since the shooting. So she hasn't stepped down, obviously. But that's what I'm hearing. That the Secret Service had him in their sights for a good 3 minutes, but then it comes back to why was he allowed to be 150 feet away?
Yeah.
Right.
150 yards.
150 yards, okay.
Yeah.
Because it seems rather close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Why?
yeah.
Why is the perimeter? This is always hindsight's 2020. Why wasn't the perimeter farther out,
Yeah.
or is it always where it was?
But they did have the counter sniper folks up on the roof.
Oh yeah.
That
Hmm.
far,
Well, yeah. They
because they
would.
always do. Because they're
Yeah.
supposed to be watching.
And on the roof he was on, the shooter. Why wasn't the Secret Service on that roof anyway?
They
Right.
probably-
Yeah. Yeah.
I know it was
There's a lot
outside the
of-
perimeter, and there's a lot of what ifs.
Yeah,
you know.
there's a
perimeter
lot
of
of-
150 yards doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
too short.
Too
Too
short.
short.
Too
Yeah.
short. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because Dave said even like with the bow and arrow, he could hit a target
He
at
could hit it.
200 feet
Yeah,
with
200
a bow and
yards.
arrow. Yeah,
Okay.
200. Yeah, 200. What is it? Yards, not feet. Yards. Is it
150
feet?
yards it was.
Yards.
Yeah.
Yards. He said at with a bow and arrow, you could hit a target at 200 yards.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So and that's not as accurate. Well, it could be. If you're
Now,
good.
if anyone comes out with this as a conspiracy theory, I don't subscribe to this one. I think this kid worked alone. I don't think he was hired by anybody. I don't think he was part of some kind of Democrat conspiracy kind of thing. One, way too young. He's only 20. And would you rely on a 20-year-old to be reliable, to have a good shot of a man that works as a dietary aide at a nursing home?
Really,
That's why I just think he worked alone.
yeah. Oh, there could be 20-year-olds that have a very good shots.
They could.
Oh,
They could be. I'm
They
sure.
could be, but yeah,
But rare.
yeah.
Ed, you go shooting guns and your shotguns. Do you see a lot of younger people also doing target practice?
Not really.
I don't know if it's quite the hobby it used to be.
Well, I don't think I see any 20-year-olds. I
No.
might see people in their 40s or
Mhm.
30s. A lot of people in their 50s and 60s.
Okay. And it's too bad. We'll never know.
No, it's very sad.
Motive and stuff
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Why he did it? I know they looked at his house.
And they said he was a registered Republican.
Registered Republican. Yeah.
And made
Yeah, but
one
he has never
contribution.
voted.
He never voted.
Oh, I hadn't-
This
heard
was going to
that.
be his first time to vote. He's,
Well, that's right, because he's 20.
he's only 20.
That's right.
So 4 years ago,
it's-
it was
he-
16.
So he couldn't have voted.
Oh, that's right. Presidential 18.
Yeah.
Vote.
Yeah.
And he gave $15
To
to a PAC,
something with a pack.
a Republican PAC, like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's it. Never been in trouble with the law.
No.
No
No, they
issues
didn't
there.
find anything on social media.
No.
Nope. So yeah, some people like to post.
This,
They said he visited some, or belonged to some groups on social media that like to see things get shot, or something like that.
Well, you know.
But nothing radical, nothing that would raise a red
but
flag.
if you look at his background, they said he was bullied. He was a loner kind of a kid.
Yeah.
But,
But there's a lot of
that's-
people like that.
No, but that's the type of a kid that gets preyed upon
Yeah.
by these radical groups and
They'll
that
come be
dark,
part of us,
the dark web kind of people
Yeah.
because they're vulnerable. They have no friends.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like he was 12.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He looked like a little kid.
Just a little kid,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously had with a lot of issues.
Well, sure.
You
So
know.
he said his father had 20 guns, all legally purchased.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that many. Okay.
Yeah, and he also said that the kid tried to get into the rifle at school, the rifle club
Locker
or whatever
okay.
it is,
Yeah.
and he was not accepted because he was a lousy shot.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't so lousy the other day. He was
No.
at 150
Surely
yards. He wasn't
Pretty good.
exactly,
Maybe.
unless he got wicked lucky.
Yeah, true. Or you've been practicing.
Yeah, he probably had a couple of years. But they did say he did go practicing last Friday somewhere. He had bought 50
Some
rounds.
rounds. Okay.
Yeah, and he got going somewhere. Yeah.
Interesting. All right, we're going to take a break here in the Coffee and program, but more is coming your way. So it's time for a second message from the Carew Investment Group. Ed?
Okay, thanks again, Joe. Good morning again, everyone. Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road in Cumberland. Our telephone number is 765-8880. And if you're looking for an investment firm that puts you first and works hard on your behalf, I'd like you to consider us. We're right here in Cumberland, and you don't have to go far for an experienced advisor or work with an advisor based in Boston or New York or who knows where, probably someone you're never going to meet. And we encourage our clients to come to the office and sit down with us as often as they like. We like seeing our clients, and we like to get to know you on a more personal basis. So if you're interested in speaking with us, give us a call at 765-8880 for a free, no obligation appointment. And let's see if we can find a way to help you with anything that you need in your finances and investments. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Thanks, Ed. And the Coffee and program will continue, and you can call in your comments and questions at 766-1240.
You know, when you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And when it comes to your insurance, there's no one better at getting the right price for your protection than Allstate agents Kara and Celeste Benjamin, because they know when it comes to your bank account, every penny counts towards something bigger, something better. Like a nicer car, that home update you've been dreaming of, or a phone that's fresh out of the box. Those little or big things that we work so hard for. And Kara and Celeste Benjamin want to help you work a little less by getting you the coverage you need and the savings you deserve when you switch to Allstate. Contact Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. 765-5000 for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. And you're in good hands with Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
The Coffee and panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
We're local and live at 99.5.
All right, it's Coffee and on Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan with Ed Crew, Linda Tebow, and I don't know if you heard this yesterday. I heard it yesterday because I follow this kind of stuff. But, the third-party candidate, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., has been asking for Secret Service protection for months now, and he keeps getting denied. Well, look what happened.
Yeah.
And Biden yesterday said Robert F. Kennedy is getting Secret Service protection. Biden said okay, and Trump agrees that RFK should have it as well.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
We should have from the beginning with that family history.
Well, that's right. That's what he was pointing at.
Well, yeah.
And he said other third-party candidates like Ross Perot had it much earlier in their campaign than I'm getting it. Why aren't I getting it? Kind of thing.
Exactly.
But he is finally getting
I didn't
Secret
hear that.
Service
But no, I did
protection.
not know that. But good.
That was announced yesterday.
That's good.
So, how about this story out of North Smithfield?
Which one?
Well, the woman that indicted on international parental kidnapping, Ed.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
She took her 5 kids, they were all under the age of 16, and flew them to Tanzania, of all places to go.
To Tanzania, right?
Without her, I would say ex-husband. Is it an ex-husband?
Well, I would say probably. They said husband, but maybe they're not officially ex yet.
Okay. Well, the kid, he's the father of all 5.
He's the father.
And without his knowledge.
Yeah.
Now, how he knew they're in Tanzania, maybe someone's of that heritage, and that's where he went.
Yeah.
And they got her, and she was ordered to come back to the United States, and they did. She flew into LAX, and the Rhode Island officials were there to meet her, and they got her. She violated federal kidnapping statutes, and the kid's father now has sole custody of the 5 kids.
The kids, yeah. I heard that.
I was like, wow.
No, I
what
heard that
an
on the
amazing
local news. I didn't
story.
hear all those. Yeah.
Yeah. 33-year-old Jessica Abreu, or Abro, Abreau.
It's like the baseball player.
Abreu.
Abreu.
Okay.
Abreu, yeah.
So it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Without it just says, move them to Tanzania without their father's knowledge, following a divorce. So they are divorced. Okay.
Yeah.
And, sometimes these divorces don't go well. And they
Well,
don't
obviously
like each
not.
other. And they
Yeah.
say, well, they put the kids right in the middle, and
That's
they just
sadly that's
take
what
off.
happens.
I'm
Yeah.
like, but wow, but this one, and how they found her in Tanzania.
Well, probably
Wow.
those kids are old enough to have a cell phone, and they
Oh,
said,
you know,
"Dad,
I think
guess
one of
where
them,
I am."
one of them, they're under the age of 16, but
Yeah.
I think that's what I read.
Yeah.
That the oldest one.
Yeah, I said, "Hi,
Here-
Dad.
this is where I am. This is where we are, I should say.
In case you're looking for us, here we are."
and, I don't think you know
Wow.
that we're here.
Yeah. What
So-
isn't that? But no, I saw
What
that,
an
and I'm like,
incredible story.
wow.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know. Wow.
So right out of North Smithfield.
But I'm saying Tanzania.
Yeah, who goes there?
Italy, Spain, maybe France.
Yeah, you go to Aruba, Ed.
Go to
Where
Aruba.
the beaches are.
But You know?
Well, okay. A couple of stories out of here in Northern Rhode Island. It's a suspected drunk driver that's to blame for a power outage in Lincoln, that they ran into a utility pole and downing the lines. Police say that the 41-year-old Jennifer Massey, she was arrested Sunday night. She left the crash and was located. She didn't get very far. When you crashed into the pole, and she was located about 150 yards later down the road, right over there. Maybe the car had stopped and couldn't
Yeah.
move anyway. I'm not sure.
What was this in Lincoln?
This happened in Lincoln. When they caught up to her, the police say she showed signs of impairment, and she was taken to Landmark Medical Center for an evaluation. But yeah, so
Boy, these women are busy these days, huh?
yeah, that's two women right there,
Wow.
and not kids, you know.
No,
33
no,
and
that's
41.
what I mean. Yeah.
Old enough to know better, right?
Yeah.
And then we had a house fire here in Woonsocket
Logie Street.
on
I
Logie Street
saw
yesterday
that.
afternoon. If you see the pictures of it, and you can see the pictures of it, you should go to Channel 12's website. Wow, the
Yeah.
whole third floor
Yeah.
looks it's all charred and looks completely destroyed. Fire chiefs got on scene around 5:20 yesterday afternoon. Heavy flames coming from the third floor porch and windows. Now, obviously there'll be an investigation on this, but no, it's not deemed suspicious yet. It doesn't look suspicious right away. So it looks like this might just be an accident. Could be an electrical thing, as they always say. I do wonder, because it is summertime, and you're not supposed to do this, but people do it anyway. You're on the third floor. Did they get out a little grill,
Yeah.
a charcoal grill? I mean.
Yeah.
And then, you light it up.
Yeah.
And, the
Yeah.
spark goes here, spark goes there, and that you didn't
Yeah.
notice, and next thing you know, the porch is
Yeah.
on fire.
Well, you do see people with grills on decks
Mm.
attached to the house.
Yes.
Never a good idea. Never a good idea, but you don't know. But they said everybody got out. They said that it was a 5 alarm
Yeah.
because of the heat. They had.
Yep.
They needed extra people.
2 cats were rescued,
Yeah.
but other animals are
They're
still
still
unaccounted for.
yeah,
It's
missing, yeah.
uh-oh. 3 families have been displaced. The building is a total loss due to the extensive damage. And 40 firefighters from several area departments.
Because of
had
the
to come in.
heat, so they
Oh,
could
yeah.
rotate them in and out. Yeah.
I mean, you see
Can you
those
imagine
those
in
coats, those turnout coats
those
they wear.
turnout coats.
They're heavy to
They have
begin
very.
with.
Have you ever picked?
I've worn one. I was a volunteer
You were,
firefighter for a
aren't
while.
they? They're heavy.
Heavy to begin with,
And in
so,
this heat,
so you get that, you get the pants,
yeah,
the boots,
the boots.
and the helmet,
yeah,
and in this heat,
Yeah.
immediately you start sweating.
of course you do.
Immediately.
Yeah, yeah,
So, it's tough being a firefighter.
yeah,
Tough in this heat and tough in the cold.
yeah.
Either one. When you worry about
You can't win.
throwing
Yeah.
water on a fire when it's 10
It's-
degrees
when
out,
it's
now
freezing.
everything freezes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just it is
That's
a tough business
It's
to
a
be in.
tough. It is a tough business. That's why we have to appreciate
Yep.
and respect the work that they do.
Yeah, but they said everyone was very lucky that they got out. It spread pretty fast because it did get a little windy.
It did.
Yesterday
yeah,
afternoon.
Yeah,
It was,
it
yeah,
was breezy.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
So you get that
yeah.
nice hot air blowing on you
Yeah,
yesterday, but
yeah.
that's going to spread the fire
Of course.
very quickly, of
Yeah.
course. So that was big.
I'm glad everybody got out.
Glad everybody got out.
Yeah.
They still will be investigating what went on.
Yeah.
And I remember when I moved into my wife and I got married, we moved into our first apartment, and they were very big on no charcoal grills on the balcony.
No.
That was 2 things they were big on. No
Yeah.
charcoal grills. Gas grills were okay. No charcoal grills.
They allowed gas grills.
Gas grills were okay.
I don't even like gas.
And
grills.
then, but the other thing that they didn't allow, we couldn't get like a stand up or put up a clothesline. We couldn't dry clothes
Oh, outside.
on the outside
Yeah,
on the porch.
yeah,
Didn't look good.
Uh-huh.
that was just an aesthetics thing.
yeah.
And but we did it anyway, because the way our apartment that we had actually didn't face any streets. It faced a back parking lot.
So they,
And we said, well, the only people that are going to see it are the people that they live right here, except the people that manage the place who did see it. And
so
we got a little notice.
you
No
pr-
fines. They just said, please, it is in whatever we signed, your rental agreement, not to do this. Please don't. fine. We'll take it inside.
My underwear inside.
Take my underwear inside. Well, my wife was very aware of that kind of thing. So the only thing we were really drying were like towels, and beach towels, and bathing suits,
Oh,
and
sure.
things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And nothing, not the unmentionables,
Yeah.
as they always used to say. All right, we're gonna take a look at the weather forecast right now. Weather forecast right now being brought to you by Macy's Backstage.
Increasingly cloudy today with a high of 94 degrees. It will feel like it's well over 100 degrees. A breeze from the southwest up to 26 miles per hour is possible. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, overnight low of 73. Wednesday, an increasing chance of showers during the day and maybe even thunderstorms after 2 p.m. Mostly sunny in the early part of the day with a high near 93. Feels like temperatures over 105. A breeze from the southwest over 20 miles per hour. There could be a tenth to a quarter of an inch of rain on Wednesday. Wednesday night, another quarter to a half an inch of rain is possible, with showers and thunderstorms overnight, mostly cloudy skies, and overnight low of 71 Wednesday night. Thursday, a possibility of some leftover showers in the morning, but then a partly sunny day with a high of 84. Friday, sunshine and 84 with a north wind switching to the west in the afternoon. Saturday, mostly sunny, 86. Sunday, mostly sunny, 87. On Monday, mostly sunny skies, high of 83.
Currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street with bright sunny skies. It's hot and humid. We have 84 degrees. Shop Macy's Backstage today for amazing deals on everything you need for summer. Get low prices every day at Macy's Backstage. Find a store near you at macy'sbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Seasonal allergies got you down? The Honey Shop has a solution. Breathe. It's the all-natural cold and allergy remedy made right here in Woonsocket. Or perhaps you have sleep problems, arthritis, or some other ailment that you're looking for a natural solution. The Honey Shop is also starting classes again. So if you're looking to learn something new, stop by 1300 Park Avenue in Woonsocket near Park Square, or give them a call at 401-766-1488. The Honey Shop.
The Valley Breeze has been a local news leader since its founding in 1996, and more people are reading our stories today than ever before. We believe our mission of making our community stronger by telling their stories is not just a tagline, but a way of life for our staff as they connect with you, our loyal readers and advertisers. Our team thanks you for always reading, always reaching out, and always helping toward our shared vision. Check out any of our 5 editions or visit valleybreeze.com for more.
Lou Mandeville here to tell you the only place to get your local high school and college scores, as well as the Pats, Bruins, Celtics, and Sox is on My Morning Sports Reports. And they are right here on ON 1240, Monday through Friday on the Morning Fun Show.
All right, it is Coffee In here on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan here with Ed Crew and Linda Tebow. Okay, the other story we need to get to, and we haven't got to yet, is the Woonsocket City Council was supposed to have their regular July meeting last night, and it got canceled.
Yep.
And it's just wow of why it got canceled.
Yeah.
The Woonsocket City Council on Monday canceled a regularly scheduled meeting after a 43-page document containing highly sensitive information about some residents was included as part of the public available agenda.
Yeah.
And we're talking social security numbers, addresses,
Birth dates.
cell phone numbers, birth dates,
Birthdays,
living arrangements.
very
This is
sensitive.
real
and-
jaw-dropping. How in the world could this have happened? Woonsocket Human Resources Director Michael Houle submitted the information as part of a report detailing his daily activities on the job. But the report wasn't modified or redacted in any way to protect personal information on the many constituents he interacted with on a day-to-day basis. I went over what the information contained. The information was published on the city's website on Friday
Website.
and wasn't removed till sometime over the weekend. So at least 12 hours, if not longer,
So,
probably
yeah.
longer than that. Now, according to Woonsocket Mayor Christopher Beauchamp, he said the submission was, quote, a total mistake, but he said he wasn't happy about it. Then he asked him about, well, what do we do with Michael Houle? Do you fire him? And he says, well, he's a part-time worker, and I don't think his tenure is going to be long. I'm not going to ask for him to leave, but I think he'll be leaving voluntarily. Now, Michael Hool is on vacation this week, so he won't be back until sometime next week. Now, he thought the report was just going to go to City Councilman Garrett Manseri and not to everybody. That's why he didn't redact anything. So,
I heard about that at lunch yesterday.
yeah. Beauchamp, I'm very concerned about people's information. They could sue us, and I don't blame them. According to Christopher Beauchamp. John Ward, City Council President, was also quoted, and of course he's running against Beauchamp for mayor. He said he's both embarrassed and outraged that we, meaning the city, were put in this position. The report had no business being on the agenda. It's extremely frustrating that such an amateur move was made by the Human Resources Director as to disclose clearly confidential information. Even if it was intended for the eyes of the council only, the council has no business seeing all that information. Shoo. So they had to cancel it. And they will now have their regularly scheduled meeting July 22nd, which is this coming Monday. When you were town administrator in North Smithfield, Linda, anything like this ever happened while you were in there?
No,
No.
I don't recall anything of that nature.
Magnitude? Yeah.
And magnitude is huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. And I think what he was trying to do was to show
What he does?
what
I mean, it's 43 pages.
Well, he's been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
So he's trying to show, well, this is what I've done.
Okay.
But when you're in human resources like that, and you're interviewing and sitting with people, you're getting some of their deepest, darkest secrets.
Yeah.
It could be they could be meeting with you for any reason. The housing, yes, but if you had any kind of addiction problems, or that office is the go-to person
Yeah. For information.
for information
And
and help.
And help. You're right.
Help these people.
Not only that, not only was on the city's website,
what?
it was on the Rhode Island Secretary of State's office website.
Well, sure, because you have to post
because it was sent to them.
Because when you post an agenda before your meeting, at least 48 hours before,
Yeah.
it has to go there.
Yeah.
It has to go there. So
So that's why they canceled it. 'Cause
Yeah.
They had to redo the agenda, and that's going to be posted for 48 hours.
Right.
At least 48 hours. So
48
that's why
hours,
they,
right.
And so it was all done yesterday.
It
So we
was
can't
done-
meet.
yeah.
We can't meet. So
Yeah.
we'll meet next week.
No, that's a very serious
Yeah.
mistake.
It does say the document was shared widely among community members, and a website dubbed the Coalition Talk Radio Network, which describes itself as a quote civilly disobedient media, whatever that means. They published the
sound
entire
good.
document online on their website.
They did too.
Yeah, so they took it and went.
So they took the ball and ran with
Yeah.
it. Wow.
So it's like, gee, we're trying to get this out to let's show this to as many people as possible.
And all those people
Wow.
that are mentioned it. So, wow.
Yeah, so
You see a lawsuit happening.
it could, and we'll see if anything bad happens, I guess, from this. And
Yeah.
doesn't say how many people's information was on this 43-page
Well,
site.
that many pages worth, because what he did
Is it
was
one person
on
per
this
page?
day I did this, and this
Yeah.
I did no, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it went by this. On this date I did this at this time, and then I did this, and then I did this, and then I, just showing the work he had done,
Yeah.
which I'm sure the council was interested in, but didn't need all those
You don't need all that personal information.
personal information.
So, wow.
Yeah.
So, okay. Fun in City Hall.
Yeah.
And we have here in Woonsocket, and
Well,
it does
you
make you
know-
wonder when I see stories like this. I wonder what the other people in the rest of the state going. How can they got something wrong again
Yeah. Yeah.
in Woonsocket, and what's going on up there, and why can't they get it right?
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. This is what it is. All right, so we'll see if there's any more fallout from that.
Wow. Yeah. That was Birch. I was at lunch yesterday, and
When you heard about that,
when I heard about that, yeah.
you make you
Yeah.
lose your lunch.
Well,
Lose your
I was
appetite?
like, whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
So I went on another note. I went and checked it out. It's the McCoy Stadium online.
Oh, did
auction.
you go?
No, well, there's no place to go.
Oh, that's right. It's all online.
online.
That's
all
right. Yeah,
online.
of course, it's online.
And
yes.
just to see what was
Yeah.
available.
Yeah.
And if you want to buy seats,
Yeah.
then you gotta send an email to somebody else.
Oh.
So it's kind of separate. And if you want to buy seats, Ed, you can't buy one,
Oh, you have to buy the.
and you can't buy two. You have to buy 6.
Oh, the
It's
whole,
it's
the
a
row,
well, it's
like,
not the whole row.
Not the row, but the ones that are
but
attached.
yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta buy 6, or you gotta buy 10, or you can buy the whole row, which is like 21. Now, from what I've read, some school departments have expressed interest in getting whole rows, I guess, to put into their stadiums and what they have at their school. Okay, having a seat would be nice, but not everybody has room, including
Right.
myself,
Right,
for
yeah.
6 seats.
Right.
Where do I put these, in the front
Right,
yard?
yeah.
So I was looking at the other stuff that they had for sale, and here's what they have. It's signs that were around McCoy Stadium, and some murals of players, and the murals of the players, they actually say this on their website. They're not the original murals. They're facsimiles, really, and a lot of them are torn or faded because of the sun. And but
They're big.
they're still decent size.
Yeah, they're
so
big.
you need room
Yeah.
for that. So I was like, okay. So I'm looking at all this stuff, and all it is you can get the sign that says main gate. You can say the sign that says season ticket holder entrance. Okay. Up in the grandstands, it says section 1 and 2 with paws, cartoon paws pointing.
Yeah.
It's this way. Some of them have sponsors on it that I saw, and they even tell you that. Section 2 and 3 or 3 and 4 is this way. Brought to you by Budweiser. Brought to you by Cardi's Furniture.
Sure.
I'm like, okay, but it's expensive. At least to me. The cheapest I saw, there was a sign for $100, and I don't know if that's what the bidding is starting at, or that's what someone has put in.
But, yeah.
But everything else went up from there. And the most I saw, something was one of the signs was going for $800. I'm like, wow, that's really high. So what I was kind of disappointed is there wasn't a lot to bid on. We've got signs, and we've got seats, and we've got murals, and that's all they're selling. I'm like, gee, really? That's it? There isn't anything else? And nothing. And you know what? Nothing actually says McCoy Stadium.
No.
I'm like, I noticed I was going through. It's like nothing says. Okay, so it says season ticket holder entrance or something like that.
Could be
Okay,
anywhere.
it could be anywhere, it's right? And the one that said main entrance.
Where?
Anyway, I'm like, and maybe there isn't any that says McCoy Stadium or anything like that. So, but if you want, you can still go check it out. If you want, the online auction goes for another week or so, maybe a little less than that. It's pawtucketri.com, and just follow. You'll see it right on the front page. McCoy Stadium website. Did you want anything, Ed?
Nah, a hot dog maybe.
Oh, it's been 5 years. I don't think you want a hot dog. It's been hanging
okay.
around
All right.
for that long. And the buns are a little stale, too. All right, you don't want any of that. All right, we're going to take our third break here in the Coffee and Program. More coming your way. Please don't go anywhere. Comments and questions, call them in, 766-1240.
As drivers, we encounter motorcycles on the road every day, and motorcycle safety is a two-way street. So give motorcycles extra space when stopping and starting. Check your mirrors and blind spots. Share the road, but never try and share a lane. Every rider could be a father, a son or a brother, a mother, a daughter or a sister, or the whole world to someone very special. Brought to you by the Rhode Island Police Chiefs Association and the Rhode Island Broadcasters Association.
Hello, my name is Paul LaValle, and I'm from the Woonsocket Council Knights of Columbus. We are sponsoring a scholarship fund raffle tickets that'll benefit the Woonsocket Catholic School Regional School System. There are only 100 tickets being sold. They are $50 each. The first prize is $1,200. The second prize is $500. The third prize is $300. You can contact any Knight of Columbus or myself at 401-651-5533 to purchase tickets. Thank you.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
All right, it's Coffee and here on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan, along with Ed Carew and Linda Tebow. Another local story. It's on the front page of today's Blackstone Valley Call and Times. And it seems that a Massachusetts man was suffering an apparent drug overdose at the Woonsocket Police Headquarters. They had to give him 4 doses of Narcan to revive him.
Wow.
I'm like,
He must have
isn't
been-
that a lot?
That is a
Linda?
lot. Usually one will bring him out of it.
Yeah.
Too, but that's a lot. He must have been very much overdosed.
Yeah. I'm like, wow. And I remember them saying, "Oh, gee, we'd like." I don't know if it was the Department of Health or whatever. Said, "Gee, we'd like everybody to carry Narcan around just in case."
Yeah.
I'm like, now me, Linda's different because you're the registered nurse. So you and I, Ed, we're walking around. We're in the parking lot. Let's say we're in the parking lot of Lowe's, and someone's having some kind of an attack in the parking lot. And I don't know how we would determine that it's an overdose. But would we know? Okay, we have our one blast of Narcan that we have. Would we know to keep giving more? I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
I said, I just don't want this responsibility.
I know.
Um,
Yeah. Why?
Now, you being the registered nurse, maybe you know, okay,
Oh, yeah,
okay, give
but-
another blast.
Yeah, but you don't.
That kind of thing.
But you don't know you're always there's risk.
Oh,
There's
sure-
risk,
sure
you know.
there
And
is.
one of the things too, I call 911.
Well, yeah, that should be done
I
first.
call 911, and you know why? Because sometimes when you give Narcan to a person,
Does it
they
kill
come
them?
out. No,
Oh,
they
fight.
come out. You know, they can come out fighting. Or
Really?
yeah, or punching or whatever.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Now you got to go to the hospital.
Well, I call 911.
Yeah.
I call
Someone's-
911.
someone's having
yeah.
a seizure?
Yeah.
I don't know
But
what's
I mean,
going on.
you have no way to know
Mm-hmm.
how much is too much. You know.
On that over-the-counter Narcan,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
remember believing it was some
Yeah.
kind of nose spray
Yeah.
that you give.
Yeah.
So when you deliver it, you just is it like Flonase? You just squirt it up and
you
done?
do. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
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 I wouldn't
Yeah,
know.
you do.
Gee,
We used
'cause
to
I'd be
have,
like, oh, it didn't work the first time.
Yeah.
Oh well. I tried my best.
yeah.
Not
Well, first of all, you'd probably only have one anyways.
one dose.
Yeah, you
Probably.
you're
yeah.
probably only going to have one dose
Yeah.
on you anyways.
All right.
You know.
Well, good for the police for doing more, I guess.
Well,
they've been
yeah.
trained in it a little
Well,
better
they've got-
than you and
yeah.
I had. So
Yeah, they've got
we're
a
just
lot
not going
of-
to know.
They've got a lot. I mean, that's in their skill set. Yes.
It's above my pay grade, as they say.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
And you're right. Call
911.
911.
911.
And maybe they'll even tell you.
Yeah.
Maybe there's an EMT on the
Yeah,
other line. Well,
yeah.
well, can you do this?
Or
do you have any of this?
do you have Narcan?
Or do you have Narcan?
Do you have it? Give it.
Administered? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, nothing's happened. Well, I'll do it again.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
kind of thing. So
yeah.
just having a little, being led to what to
Yeah,
do
right,
would be
exactly.
great. All right. We mentioned earlier that J.D. Vance is the Republican nominee for vice president, and Vice President Harris is already calling for a debate with J.D. already. Isn't that fun? This should be so. Who's your vice president? J.D. The good old boy. It's just funny. Anyway, she is calling for the JD to accept the proposed debate to be hosted by CBS News. The Biden-Harris campaign said the vice president called the Ohio senator and left a message after being chosen by former President Trump to be his running mate. Harris congratulated Vance, welcomed him to the race. In May, Trump said his campaign had agreed to take part in a vice presidential debate hosted by Fox News. He did not mention anything about the proposed CBS News debate. They usually debate once, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
Yeah.
Okay, and they probably will. And
That should be interesting.
it certainly should be. No, Ed, were you the person that told me that maybe Linda too? Do you enjoy spam?
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I don't.
You know, I'm not a spam.
My husband does.
Okay. Oh, wait. Well, pay attention then. And pay
Okay.
attention to that. Ready?
Okay.
Spam's got a new flavor.
Does it?
A brand new flavor. Yes. Korean barbecue.
Oh.
All right.
Korean barbecue.
It's described as sweet yet spicy.
Uh-huh.
I knew a girl like that. The new flavor becomes the 12th permanent variety of Spam. It's manufactured in Austin, Minnesota, in case you were wondering. And but right now, it's only available online or at Walmart.
Yeah.
They must have a deal.
See,
going.
you can't mess with spam for
No, I want the
cheapo.
original.
It's
The
going to be
original,
the
that's it?
original. I've tried to say, well, how about the lower sodium one or the
No.
light
No.
one?
No.
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 Or no. No. No.
Is it
no.
is it a flavor thing, Ed?
No, it's going to go
I like the original.
All right, the original.
the
That's it.
original.
That's it.
No.
He's
fl-
the same way.
Yeah.
It's got to be original.
Yeah.
You know, but I said, well, geez, a lower sodium.
But
How
this-
bad can that be?
well, that's right.
That's why it won't taste anything like it.
The real.
Regular Spam.
Yeah.
But now they have 12 different flavors.
Yeah.
Have you tried any other flavors besides
Of
original?
course not.
Of course. That's the same thing.
All right.
Of course not.
Do you?
Are you crazy woman?
Now I've seen the ads for Spam on TV. They got it cut up in little cubes.
Yeah, with
and
the-
they throw it in the skillet
Yeah.
And the
with rice
and peas.
and
yeah.
some veggies.
Yeah.
Is that what you do? Is that what you do, Ed?
No, I haven't done it that way, but
Okay.
I slice it up and throw it in a skillet and with eggs.
Okay.
With eggs,
All right.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes a sandwich.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
Dave will
With
put
cheese
with cheese. Yeah.
and mustard.
Mustard, of course, they're purists.
I guess so.
You were in the army.
I know you were.
It was Spam, or you're not eating. All right. Not a big Spam person, so
Yeah,
and anything. Once it says spicy, I'm like, no, I'm okay. I'm all set there.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, you remember that girl, right?
Yeah, that's right. All right. Out in California, in the Bay Area, San Francisco, they're commemorating the completion of the Golden Gate Bridge suicide deterrent system. It's the big net. There's a big net under the to catch people.
Yeah.
Known as the net. It was completed in early 2024 and has already proven to be effective in reducing suicides and deterring people from harming themselves. It serves as a symbol of hope and care while offering people a second chance. According to the Golden Gate Bridge Highway and Transportation District, the net at the Golden Gate Bridge has already proven effective in reducing the number of suicides. Even while under construction in 2023, the number of confirmed suicides decreased by more than half.
That's good.
Yeah. Anyone go over the Golden Gate Bridge?
No.
No, I haven't. No.
I've never been to San Francisco,
No.
so
I've been to San Francisco, but never went
never
over
went over the bridge. Okay.
No.
It just I question if someone does jump and they're caught by the net, how do we get them out of the net? What's the procedure then? Because I bet the person jumping probably doesn't have a cell phone. Help. Someone come help me. But someone's going to see that person is now caught in the net,
then
and is
get
it
them
up to
out,
the San
yeah.
Francisco Fire Department, or what to come out? Do we come out with boats? How's it done?
Yeah,
I'm like, wow.
probably.
And then and too bad for the San Francisco PD who've got to be trained on this kind of thing. And I wonder if it just makes you wonder, will other bridges, like I'm thinking the George Washington Bridge in New York City, will they adopt? Maybe we should have a net too. I don't know what their suicide situation is
I don't
in New York, but well, if it works, well, that's a good thing, right?
Yes.
All right. Who's been to the the Atlanta airport?
Atlanta. Oh, I have.
Hartsfield Jackson.
I have.
Ed?
Atlanta.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so we all have,
Yeah.
and we all know how large it is.
Yes.
Huge. Huge.
And you try to explain it to people, and they go, yeah, okay, big is big.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Until you've been there and had to navigate getting from place to place inside that airport, you just don't get it. But I bring it up not because of the size. I bring it up because it is the world's busiest airport. But the TSA reports that the more guns have been confiscated at the Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport than anywhere else in the United States in airports. Just for the first half of the year, people trying to bring guns on airplanes, not in their check bags, they're putting it on their carry-on bag. 222.
Wow.
Saying, and that's 4% higher than last year.
Yeah.
So people are still trying.
Yeah. But people in that neck of the woods, it's not uncommon that they have a license to carry down,
In the South, you
in
mean?
the South. Yeah.
Well, that's the part we were bringing up because the airport that comes in number 2 is Dallas Fort Worth.
There you go.
Now they have 40 less than the 222.
Yeah.
Down to 180 or so.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense for Dallas because that is a open carry,
Open carry, yeah.
Yeah.
place
sure,
there.
Yeah.
So we were just wondering, Ed, do you think people think because I have the license or the permit to have the gun that it's okay that I bring it on an airplane?
Yeah,
and people just think that way.
I would think some of them
Some
think
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
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 And believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Believe it.
probably. I've got the license. I can take it anywhere.
Anywhere I
I
want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is
Yeah.
not true, of course, but
Yeah.
you know.
And so they probably even show their gun permit to the TSA.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I'm allowed to have this,
Yeah.
but sorry, TSA
Not on the plane.
supersedes. You just put it in your check luggage.
Yeah.
That's okay, right?
Yeah.
Ed? Putting the gun in the check luggage?
I believe it is.
Okay.
I'm not sure about that, but I think it is.
Okay. And then there's always some people that just they'll never notice. They're too TSA's too busy.
Now, the Republican convention,
Yes.
there
in
were
Milwaukee.
guns allowed on the outside perimeter of the place. Not
By-
the inside, but the outside.
By the people just walking around
By s-
outside?
But no. Inside the building, but the outside perimeter of the building.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
That
state-
might have
it's
changed
state
though
law.
after this last.
No, it's
No?
State law in Wisconsin?
Is in Wisconsin.
Wow.
Right? And they tried to ban it in Milwaukee,
Mhm.
and they couldn't because the law says that a city or town can't supersede the state law.
State law. Yeah.
Wow.
But you wonder though.
Okay.
But
after
you
the-
know, they didn't. They
Yeah.
weren't allowed on the floor of the
Right,
convention.
right.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Well, we'll see if anything happens with that, and don't try to take your gun. Well, don't try to take your gun through any airport.
No.
But they've got to be on high alert in Atlanta when
Well, that's what I
when
mean,
they're
yeah.
told
Yeah.
more people are trying to do it here.
Yeah.
So now we have to even be more vigilant and try to catch all of them, and hope none get through.
Yeah,
All right.
well, I remember when I went to sign up for Social Security on Dean Street in Taunton.
All right.
Walk in the office, Social Security office, and you know, welcome to Social Security office, Dean Street, blah 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 blah, and then the next sign said, "No guns beyond this point."
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, I'm serious.
Wow.
You know where else I've seen a sign like that? I have to have my blood drawn every couple of months.
Yeah,
Quest Diagnostics is where I go to have it drawn.
Yeah.
They have a few of them in Massachusetts. It's on the sign there. No weapons allowed inside. Like,
Really?
is someone trying to steal blood?
Yeah.
I wonder what's happened.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't pay. There's no money exchanging hands
No.
in these places. So, but yeah, on the sign, right on the door.
Yeah, but they could
No
be after
guns.
needles and syringes, though.
it could be what?
Needles and
Needles
syringes.
and syringes in a place like that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
What if phlebotomist hurt me?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's your way.
I had a mean
Yeah,
phlebotomist once.
Yeah.
All right. They're warning people in Rancho Santa Margarita, California. The Orange County Sheriff's Department is warning of the so-called hugging robbers. All right. That's after a robbery attempt in Rancho Santa Margarita earlier this month. A man says a woman got out of a car, walked up his driveway with her arms out for a hug, then forcibly tried to take the gold chain around his neck.
Oh, I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah. The woman and a man who was the suspected getaway driver have since been arrested. Police say the pair may be connected with similar incidents in Orange County and surrounding counties in California. So
Okay.
I don't see how
No
it could
hugs.
work. No hugging. No hugging. We have to put an, we have to put an end to that. So okay. And see anything else before we have to run. Let's see. Oh, Alec Baldwin was
Yeah, he was
dismissed.
Dismissed.
How
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
that on a technicality?
Yeah.
Basically, so you're
Yeah,
done. It can't be
yeah.
retried.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
he's so lucky.
God.
He's so
Yeah.
lucky. All right, we got to go. That does it for the show today. Thank you very much for listening in. Linda Tebow, thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure.
All right, Ned Crew, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me.
All right, my name's Joe Callahan. Have yourself a great day. Stay tuned for the Blackstone Valley Prevention Coalition with Lisa Casafaro. That'll be followed by Gary Smith and crew. Do you remember at 9:30 on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news. A North Smithfield woman has been indicted for international parental kidnapping. 33-year-old Jessica Abreu is accused of moving her 5 children under the age of 16 to Tanzania without their father's knowledge following a divorce. A family court later found Abreu violated federal kidnapping statutes and was ordered to return to the United States. The children's father has now been awarded sole legal custody of his children. A suspected drunk driver is allegedly to blame for a power outage in Lincoln. 41-year-old Jennifer Massey was arrested Sunday night after crashing into a utility pole and downing power lines at Commerce Street and Blackstone Valley Place in Lincoln. Police say that Massey left the crash and was located around 150 yards from the scene.